welcome to the UConn Tonight Show, everyone. I'm your host, Tony Tyson. With me is my co-host, Brian Higgins. And after a long summer, isn't it good to be back?
Tony, I'm a transfer student. I've never been here before.
Yeah, man, you're always such a jokester.
No, really. I've only been at this school for like 4 weeks. Come on, man. We talked about this. It was a pretty big decision for me.
Well, welcome back to school, everyone. I mean, it's September 19th today, which marks the end of the 4th week of school, or as students like to call it, oh God, I forgot how much work you have to do in college week. Yes, fall is arriving at the University of Connecticut. As the leaves change color and the air chills, students' minds turn to apple picking, pumpkin carving, and banging their heads against their desk until 4 in the morning because they forgot their midterm was now. Now let's see what's in the news. A father and son were arrested in Kentucky this week with roughly $30,000 worth of marijuana. The two were ultimately caught after taking a selfie with their marijuana plants and posting it on Facebook. Sadly, the most embarrassing part of this story is two grown men posting selfies on Facebook.
A New York-based satanic temple is pushing to hand out satanic children's books in Orange County public schools after evangelical Christians and atheists were allowed to distribute their own pamphlets to the school children. The intended literature would include such titles as The Satanic Children's Big Book of Activities and Clifford the Big Red Fire Demon. I'd like to point out that only the second one of those titles is a joke, and that The Satanic Children's Big Book of Activities is a real thing.
Recent research shows that the waistline of the average American has expanded about 1 inch from 1999 to 2012. When reached for questioning, the average American said, 1 inch in 13 years? Yeah, that sounds right. Last week, actor Ryan Gosling and actress Eva Mendes announced the birth of their first daughter. In related science, news human evolution has reached perfection, and we should all probably just give up.
NASA announced this week that it will partner with Boeing and SpaceX to build commercially owned and operated space taxis to fly astronauts to the International Space Station. Sure, NASA can make space taxis, but when I try and make life more like the Jetsons, I have to stop my car before I drop my family off. Yes, astronauts can finally use space taxis to get to the International Space Station from American soil, but good luck finding a driver you can understand.
The Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency says it is working on a new beam-controlled turret to give 360-degree coverage for high-energy laser weapons operating on military aircrafts. Director J.J. Abrams commented saying, I told you the new Star Wars props are going to be more realistic. Warner Brothers has recently filed a lawsuit against a small bar in Amityville, New York, for playing the song I Only Have Eyes for You from the 1934 film Dames without Warner Brothers' express permission. While Warner Brothers is upset about the playing of the song, they aren't half as upset about everyone who in the bar had to listen to it.
Actor Neil Patrick Harris was recently married to his longtime partner David Bertka in Italy. Harris said it was a magical event that he's excited to one day tell his kids about for 9 years. Coca-Cola recently announced that they were bringing back Surge, a soda released in 1997 and discontinued in 2003. As part of his exciting release, each Surge comes with an NSYNC CD and a Walkman.
A Los Angeles-based food company called Stoned Oven Gourmet Medibles is now selling frozen pizza laced with marijuana local dispensaries. In a related story, no one in California under the age of 25 has left their house in 3 weeks. French actor Gerard Depardieu told a French magazine this week that he can drink 12 to 14 bottles in a day and still not feel completely drunk. Claiming he's sober after 14 drinks, Gerard Depardieu and you'll see everyone out on Saturday night.
Apple has just set up a new website allowing users to delete U2's new album Songs of Innocence from their iTunes account after giving it away to millions of users for free. When asked how they felt about this move, U2 said, "People are talking about us." An Arkansas middle school is in the news this week for telling a 13-year-old student she could not wear her Virginity Rocks t-shirt at school because it might open up, quote, too many doors for conversations. That was the official reason stated, but really the principal just didn't want anyone wearing the same outfit as him.
In a recent tweet, rapper Waka Flocka Flame stated that he is offering $50K a year for someone to be his personal blunt roller, prompting hundreds of seniors to tell their parents that they do, in fact, have a plan after graduation. Singer Robin Thicke has recently stated that he did not write much of his 2013 hit song, Blurred Lines, and that he was, in fact, high on drugs for most of the writing process. In equally shocking news, it gets dark at nighttime.
In a historic referendum yesterday, Scotland's people took to the polls to decide whether or not they should remain part of the United Kingdom. Scotland ultimately decided against independence, despite rousing speeches by Mel Gibson outside of convenience stores. It was announced today that the American beer company, Pabst Brewing Company, was sold to Russian brewing company Oasis Beverages, which explains why its signature drink, Pabst Blue Ribbon, is now called Good Time American Drinking Liquid.
And finally, Clemson University is the first in news this week for requiring students and faculty to complete an online course through the third-party website that asks invasive questions about their sexual history. Completion of this course was required by everyone on campus, except the kid wearing the Virginity Rock shirt. Hello, and welcome back to the UConn Tonight Show. I'm your host, Tony Tyson.
I'm his co-host, Brian Higgins.
And here on the show, we got our two guests.
I'm Scott Hoffman.
And I'm David Onyrimbra.
These guys are from Husky Records here on campus. Really well-known organization here, but not a lot is actually known about what exactly that they do. Scott, can you tell us exactly what does Husky Records do here?
All right, so Husky Records is a student-run record label. I know a lot of people are kind of sort of confused about what we're all about, but this year we're actually pushing to be a legitimate record label, doing releases for all of our musicians right now are students here at UConn, and we're focused on the UConn community, but we're not afraid to kind of delve outside to the area surrounding.
Okay. How did you guys get particularly involved in this organization here?
Well, I've been involved with the group since my freshman year. I actually think that was the first thing that I actually knew about UConn before anything else, like classes or anything like that.
What's a basketball team?
Well, obviously the basketball team, but like about the actual school. Because I remember seeing on my Facebook page at one point a friend of mine who had performed at a huge concert like that was hosted by Husky Records. I ultimately ended up like finding out, and I wanted to perform, you know, because I'm an artist first, and that's how it was coming into school, and that's how I still am, and that was the first thing I knew. So as soon as I got here, I tried to figure out how I could get my hands onto that opportunity.
Awesome. So you're an artist. What kind of music do you do?
I don't want to be one of those people who says everything, but like, I guess for the sake of, I mean, people love categories, so I rap, I make my own beats, I sing, but I think it's so much more than that. But
Okay, that's awesome. Cool. Well, I've been known to dabble in the whistling department.
Oh, yeah?
Every once in a while, I can do a mean Hunger Games theme song. I've gotten complaints from many of my residents telling me not to do that anymore. But hey, I'm in the RA. I can do what I want.
do what you want.
So, where is your guys' studio here on campus? I mean, we got WHUS over here, right next door to you, next to our studio. Where are you guys located?
Well, the thing about that is we're a label on campus, but we don't actually have a studio on campus.
Okay.
We're actually like in the process. I don't even want to say in the process because things are just about finalized. But we're linked up to a local studio in Stafford Springs. I think their name is Studio 307.
Awesome.
And that's where we bring our artists to record.
Awesome. Awesome. How many artists do you guys have on campus?
We have 3.
3? Okay. What are the names?
Brett Steinberg, Joe Alicastro, and I'm sorry, Mosh. I don't know your last name, so I'm just going to say Mosh.
It's a mystery what his last name really is. I mean, well, it's awesome that you guys are doing that. So, a lot of people come to understand what they perceive as Husky Records. They think of it as the same as WHUS. So, what separates you guys from WHUS? 10 minutes ago, we had people in WHS playing their guitar and their drums in here. We could hear it inside the studio through closed doors. Yeah. So, like, are you guys like not even affiliated with them at all, or how does that work, really?
We're not affiliated at all.
All right, cool.
No connection. I mean, the affiliation is desired. It would be great to work with them sometime. So far, we have not done that. But we're working on the relationships between a bunch of different organizations on campus. So hopefully WHUS will be one of them in the future.
Awesome. Scott, how did you get involved in this?
So I'm a junior, and my freshman year, I want to say my second semester, I DJ personally.
Awesome.
And I saw Husky Records as an opportunity to bring that to any events that they were throwing. And I actually got to do Pub 32 we did last semester. I DJ'd kind of in between artists, and that was a lot of fun. But yeah, so I joined as a DJ and ended up where I am now as the secretary. And I've just been a kind of general member for the last couple semesters, and this is my first semester as a board member.
That's awesome. So how does someone get involved in Husky Records now? Do they have to be a performing artist? Do you have positions open for anyone? Like, how does that work?
No, it's actually it's pretty cool now because we just relaunched our website, and it's UConnHuskyRecords.wordpress.com.
Awesome.
We'll get a custom domain eventually, but right now we're working under WordPress. It's a great platform. I'm sure you guys are familiar with. Yeah. But so we just relaunched that, and it's going to be a huge array of people, not even artists. It's going to be bloggers, graphic designers, photographers.
Awesome.
Anyone involved in the music industry can be a part of Husky Records, and you just have to basically shoot us an email, and we can support you and support your craft and whatever you're interested in.
That's awesome.
So, say I had a really good idea for a yodeling/rap crossover. Could you guys help me record that? I'm not saying me personally, but
Let's say you knew someone. Right?
yeah, a friend has that really good idea.
We would probably advocate the collaboration between members because we try to focus our resources are obviously limited, as you guys know.
Yeah.
You know, student organizations,
Yeah.
it's really tough. So our resources, as far as legitimate studio time goes, with external studios off campus, that is reserved for artists that we see extreme potential in. Not that your yodeling project doesn't have
I know. I never.
It's not his, it's his friend's.
But yeah, so we'd probably try to link you up with someone who had some on-campus recording equipment in their room, and you guys could work something out.
Awesome.
That is awesome. That's cool stuff. So like, let's say that I wanted to start my own blog, but it's just like a random blog. It has something, I throw in music every once in a while, like, oh, I'm a big fan of the Hunger Games. By the way, guys, I whistle the Hunger Games. I can do the full movie in a whistle. Like, would you guys allow me to put that on your website?
Yeah, I mean, if it involves music, we're down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So, do you think you guys would do like music reviews type things, or?
Well, yeah, that was my original mindset with the whole blogging thing. Would be we'd eventually have reviewers do maybe
really cool.
weekly reviews of different albums that they were just into, and from there, you know, moved on from reviewing to just blogging is, you know, as you know now, just such a broad term.
Yeah.
So anything with music has a home on our website.
It's really cool.
That's cool. So that's some awesome stuff. So you mentioned earlier that you got involved in it through knowing how about going to see some of the events that Husky Records has. And do you guys have any upcoming events for this semester? Or are you guys in the beginning stages of planning something, or where are you guys in that right now?
Either
Pub
one.
32? We're gonna Pub 32.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so we actually have, very excited, this is our first kind of public announcement that we have a show at Pub 32 on October 17th. It's a
Awesome.
Friday. And it's going to be, the roster is to be announced, you know, the lineup. It'll be all great Husky Records artists, though.
Awesome.
You know, as usual. And yeah, it's going to be a bunch of our old members, some new members. We had a huge turnout at our first meeting, so we're going to meet a lot of new artists who we didn't know about before, so it's going to be a good time.
That is some awesome stuff. Cool.
And you heard it here first.
Yes.
UConn tonight.
All right. That's awesome, you guys. Cool. So I know you guys mentioned earlier that you guys have Mosh, Joel Castro. I'm his manager, by the way, and Brett Steinberg as your featured artist. How would we find their music? Like, do we just Google Brett Steinberg or Google Joel Castro? How does that work?
Well, they each have their own individual music pages, and with the relaunching of the website, we're actually kind of collecting information from each artist so that we can have a nice picture of them, a nice biography, and obviously links to all their music. And that'll be found under the roster tab on our website in the next coming weeks. So.
That is awesome. Cool. All right. So, do you guys have any lessons that you got? Do you guys provide lessons for guitar or piano or whatever? Like, how does that work?
Well, this year with, I guess, the revamping of Husky Records, we have to mention, we are planning on hosting our own, like, what would it be called? I'm forgetting the word. Workshops? Yeah.
Yeah.
Workshops. Yeah, workshops would definitely be the word. I guess guitar, I mean, it depends on who is in the group right now, like, and it depends on, like, how much they know, because if I'm there learning guitar and I haven't played, you know, for years, why am I going to be teaching somebody else who probably, you know? But we do plan on having DJ seminars hosted by him because he's a DJ. We're talking about production classes, you know, as I'm a producer, and other things like that as we get to know more of the members that are joining this year and other things like that. So again, workshops are not out of the question.
Awesome, that's cool. Really cool. All right, so if anyone wants to get involved in Husky Records, just contact them, go on their website. We're going to flash it up on the website, flash the website up on the screen. And guys, really, honestly, thanks for coming out for our first episode. It was great having you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
Oh, there we go. Thank you for tuning in to the UConn Tonight Show. Hello and welcome back to the UConn Tonight Show. I'm Tony Tyson, your host.
I'm Brian Higgins, your co-host.
And here are our guests today from the SUBOG are.
Matt Murray, president.
And I'm Michael Gwiazdowski, I'm the CFO.
Awesome, guys. All right, so tell me, what does SUBOG actually do here at UConn? What are you guys in charge of?
Well, SUBOG, it's kind of like an alphabet soup kind of thing. I know we get mixed up with USG a lot, but we're the campus programming board. So instead of doing like a lot of the advocacy things that USG does, you know, we have all the fun.
Awesome.
So concerts, comedy shows, lectures, you name it. That's kind of what we do, if you want to add
Yeah, we're just here to work for the students. We do just put on programs and events. That's our main thing. We are different than USG. USG provides funding for clubs and organization and does a lot of, you know, constitutional stuff. We're the guys that want to bring events and bring speakers and a lot of fun to campus. So that's what our role is.
Awesome. So you guys announced earlier this week or last week who our new spring concert is going to, or what our fall concert is going to be. Do you guys just tell us who's the artist again?
Matt and Kim featuring Sage the Gemini. He's
Awesome.
the gas pedal guy.
Awesome. And for those of us, myself, who don't know who Matt and Kim are, can you guys like explain what kind of music do they do and what is it different than the usual artists you guys bring?
Yeah, Matt and Kim are an indie like rock group. They're a little bit poppy too, and I enjoy them a lot because they're more for doing concerts and entertaining live rather than being like a studio kind of group. And it's just two people, which is really cool. And we haven't had this type of style in a while to come to UConn, besides maybe when Jorgensen brings them, but that's separate from us. And I mean, we have to touch on a lot of different niches on campus, and I know a lot of people are indifferent about our selections, but they were indifferent about even our spring show with J. Cole last year, and that was a big hit, I think, personally. But it's a great idea to do something different, and it'll appease some people and, of course, upset some others.
Obviously. So since you guys had to go through the process of choosing an artist for this fall semester, how do you guys get to Matt? How do you guys get to Matt and Kim? How do you get to those artists? Like, how does that process work? Walk us through that.
So there's a variety of different factors that go into it. Obviously, the taste of the people around campus and then also on the SUBOG concert committee kind of play into it. But a lot of it just has to do with like availability of artists, venues, our budget that we have for the concerts. So there's really a lot that goes into play in picking the concert.
Yeah. I've heard like a lot of artists have specific demands that they need. Like, oh, I only drink Boss water. I only drink this certain type.
53 degrees. Yeah.
It's like, what are like the craziest demands you guys had to deal with so far? You don't have to name any artists, but like.
They've just had writers that were like pages long, and writers are what they want, what they need for them to come and do their show here, and they just put a lot of stuff that is just. We're a state university. We just can't provide some things they ask for because I mean these people are big partiers after their things, and we try to comment them as best as we could, you know, to what's fair and what's not, and they get very specific. Like like you said, they need this type of water, but that's very true. But I mean, I guess when you're up at that level of society, then you can make those demands. And
Someday.
We're gonna make those demands. We've tried many times as talent. Technically, we are talent here at UCTV to get them to bring us like our own water, our own towels. I tried to get them to pay for my jacket. Apparently, that's not part of the budget or whatever.
It says right there, offer talent water/tea. And
We've never been offered it.
Are we talent?
yeah, we should all
You
have
are
tea right
talent.
now.
The only water here was my Poland Spring bottle, and I had to hide that.
We need to make more demands, obviously.
Yeah. We will walk out.
I gotta say, the strangest thing we've ever gotten on Ryder is probably 3 cakes.
Oh,
That's what Sidoki wanted, 3 pancakes, and then also a life raft to
life
crowd
raft.
surf. Yeah.
Oh,
We're very happy to get it for them.
Yeah.
At least they're being safe.
That's right, yeah. You never know.
Yeah.
They're prepared for anything. Just in case, with all the hills here, if a flood happens, I need a life raft.
That's right. Yeah.
So you guys have a lot of other events planned aside from just the fall concert. Can you just walk us through what else you guys have got going on?
Yeah. Well, coming up this week, we have a couple different things. If Mike, you want to touch upon those?
First on Wednesday, we have the Kevin Hines lecture. He's coming for Suicide Prevention Week. Just a little background on Kevin Hines. He jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge. It was a suicide attempt, but he survived. And now he learned from that experience, and now he's a wonderful speaker, and he's coming to speak about his life, what he wrote. He wrote a book, and it's going to be a lot of fun. That's a synergy. We also have our SUBOG comedy show coming up next Thursday. That's going to be Ben Kronberg, and it's listed wrong on the website, but we'll have that changed. But our comedy shows have been a blast already. Our comedy chair, Nicole Baker, has been doing a great job with that. And you want to talk about a few more events?
Yeah, well, and also this weekend is our Sheer Madness trip to Boston. Sheer Madness is an improv group.
Awesome.
So if you have tickets to that, you'll be able to kind of check out the city during the day and then enjoy this improv show at night. And then also, we're really just pushing ticket sales for the fall concert.
Awesome.
That's a big thing right
It's a
now.
big
We want to see the place full, especially for a different kind of act. So,
Buy tickets. Yeah.
so actually, those are on sale at jorgensen.uconn.edu, not on the SUBOG website.
Awesome, awesome. So you guys are president and CFO of SUBOG. How exactly do you guys get involved? I mean, well, actually, my first question is, do you guys get paid for your positions?
No.
Wow, you're guys on the same level I'm at. I was hoping I would get paid.
It'd be nice.
Me and Brian were hoping to get to see
Tony
if we can make
Tyson,
it
asking the questions that matter.
Need the money.
No,
Pay for
absolutely.
Moe's and Muya somehow. I don't want to have to make those tough decisions.
I hear you.
But how did you guys originally get involved in SUBOG? How did that work for you guys?
Well, we both got involved our freshman year. So for me, it was through the sports promotion committee doing the different road shows to football games. So I've been like a lifelong UConn football fan.
Awesome.
So I heard that I can get free tickets if I just help out with the buses. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. So I started doing the road shows, started going to the committee meetings. Next year, I chaired that committee, sports promotion. Next year, I was on the e-board, vice president for outreach, and now I'm the president. Just kind of stuck with it.
Awesome.
That's a big thing for everyone, I think, is when they get to school, just kind of finding your own niche, like you said.
You gotta find your thing.
And sticking with it. That's the same reason why, you're behind the desk right now.
Okay.
So,
Started off in the master control room. Look at me now.
yeah. Wearing a jacket and everything.
Wearing a jacket. Hopefully UCTV will pay for it. Probably not.
Probably not. And for me, it was the same thing. Yeah, freshman year, I transferred from Eastern after one semester, so everything was new and scary to me. And I wanted to, be a part of something because, I just came to school. And I saw that SUBOG had elections coming up, or you have to interview for your position. And I was like, you know what, why not? I'll just give it a try. Whether or not it works, I'll just give it a try. Ended up going in, had a good interview, and now I've been the CFO since my sophomore year.
So he came in as a freshman and interviewed to be the CFO of a Tier 3 fee-funded organization.
Yeah.
He's nuts, but he's done a great job the
No,
past 2
it's-
years, I gotta say.
But it's been a blast. And not
Yeah.
being paid for it, that's no problem at all. I love what we do. I think we do a great thing for campus, and it's a heck of a lot of fun. You meet so many great people.
I bet. It's funny that you bring up being a transfer student. Both me and Brian are transfer students as well. Brian just transferred in this semester. Where'd you transfer from?
St. Anselm College. You've never heard of it.
It's awesome.
Very cool, yeah.
That's awesome. I transferred in after my freshman year from Central Connecticut State University, and I decided to come get involved in UCTV just like Brian. We both knew what we really wanted to do here, get really involved, and just kind of explore what our passions are here at UConn. I'm happy that we have that opportunity to get into that here.
Oh yeah.
Brian, do you have any questions, questions?
So you mentioned Matt and Kim has 2 people in it.
Yeah.
Who are they?
It's actually me and my sister,
Oh.
Kim Murray. Class of,
That's awesome. They're probably really easy to book then.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
I don't demand much on my rider. Just
So you probably saved a lot of money.
yeah, that's
Being yourself.
short commute for me. Yeah.
Awesome. It should be good.
Oh my God, that's awesome. So, you guys are involved in SUBOG. Are you guys involved in anything else outside of just SUBOG? But I understand like you guys are heavily involved. But are you in any other groups here at UConn?
Well, I have an internship on campus, but other than that, just kind of, this is it, you know?
Awesome.
I currently am a marketing intern for Foxwoods. I work for Big Night Entertainment Group, and it's a blast. I go there every Tuesday. It's an hour drive, which kind of stinks, but I've been working with club promoting. I work for the Shrine nightclub. If you've heard of it, it's at Foxwoods, the Red Lantern, and it's a blast.
And I think we're running out of time here, so I just want to plug SUBOG social media real quick. It's at SUBOG at UConn on Twitter, and then Facebook.com/SUBOG at UConn. SUBOG@UCONN.
All right. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Mike. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more UConn Tonight Show.